It's just what I do. It's just what I do. Mermaid mask? That looks pretty cool. Sup, geezer?
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi!
Doxy's
Speak
nip.
of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
Yeah.
Students, you can't be serious.
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
Stupid, alright.
You come to
This is a fast way to get yourself killed. Do you know that?
Expelliarmus.
That's mine.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Ashwind.
Perhaps some nice flowers. We can hold them off.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
You'll take this student off of my dead
Accio.
body.
Potato.
You can't hold out.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders.
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Knockturn Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
So she's a lesbian. Oh, yeah.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
Oh, so Merlin was a Slytherin. Outrageous behaviour.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the centre. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honours? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars. As well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swirl, and we'll see what happens. My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Revelio. Levioso. Accio.
These pillars are pyres, and pyres are meant to be lit.
Keep pressing the wrong button.
Incendio.
Shit.
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
Merlin's beard! How beautiful!
Oh yeah.
What a day! I can hardly believe it.
Oh yeah.
Revelio. I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
I believe you
And
didn't
do
catch
get
my
out
name.
here.
My name, Richard Cheese, yes?
Needed, I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself. So few students know who I am these days. Eldridge Diggory, former Minister for Magic and founder of the Aura recruitment program at your service. I believe you can help solve a decades-old murder, thanks to that book you found, and, in particular, its missing pages.
How do you know about the book and the pages?
We portraits here more than you might suspect, and most of us can keep a secret. So, what say you? Surely a Hufflepuff such as yourself would be inclined to help seek long overdue justice.
Justice must be served.
I'll do whatever I can.
Wonderful. I am pleased to have been right about you. My great niece, Helen Thistlewood, can provide you with details. She's retired now, but was a skilled aura in her day. And the unsolved murder of which I speak was her case. I often visit my portrait in her home, in the nearby hamlet of Upper Hogsfield. Shall I tell her to expect you?
When were you the Minister for Magic?
Over 100 years ago. 1733 to 1747, to be precise. The
Shit.
stories I could tell you. Oh, didn't have the chance to do all that I could. I was in the midst of reforming Azkaban when my life was cut short by dragon pox. I was sneezing sparks to the bitter end.
How could a few pages of a book help her solve an old case?
A boy disappeared with those pages, but they never found the body. A girl was convicted of his murder nonetheless. It seems those pages could exonerate her somehow. My great niece can tell you more.
Oh,
I
let's
shall go
do
and
that.
see her right away.
Where is she? Hogsmeade?
With what I suspect is your knack for hard work and her keen mind, both mysteries may be solved sooner than you think.
She's in
I
Hogsmeade,
shall
I
see you
believe.
there soon, I hope.
Revelio.
Nothing.
This must be the place Minister Diggory mentioned. Helen lives around here somewhere.
Warning. Dog bug sighting. Be careful. Oh yeah.
New instruments are expensive, you know.
So the bridge, there's 2 candles.
A map.
Don't be
It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pig.
Bardo Beaumont.
It's definitely not this one, is it? Ah, unless it's here. It's them again. Yeah, I like that. That's brilliant. There we go. Love letter. My dearest Apollonia, would you care to join me for a picnic? I know you enjoy a good Cornish pasty, almost as much as you enjoy a good mystery. See you soon, I hope. Yours, Dick. Hey, it's me! I sent that letter! My name is Richard Cheese, after all. Yeah, it's definitely here, because there's that. There's the forest. So that would mean there was the floating candles.
Revelio.
Absolutely running for her life. Literally, there's that. I'm there. I'm basically here. And it's in between the forest. No. I need to do Lumos on the candles a bit, from what it seems. So where's go back here. Ahaha!
Candles. Wonder where they're heading.
I see. Okay, this makes more
The
sense now.
candles seem to be leading into the Forbidden Forest. The treasure must be nearby. I suppose a picnic in the Forbidden Forest could... Treasure hunting suits me.
There we go. Okay, now let's go back to... Let's go back here. God, that one took ages. That one was ridiculous.
Ah, here you are. I'm pleased to see you took my advice.
Madam Thistlewood, I met your great uncle in his portrait in my common room. He sent me to speak to you.
I'm pleased you came. Uncle Eldridge believes the book you found and its missing pages may be relevant to an unsolved case from my time as an aura.
Very well. I'm listening.
Decades ago, a student named Richard Jackdaw disappeared after going to meet a girl named Anne. They never found his body. When his headless ghost appeared briefly in Hogsmeade, wholly unaware of how he died, Anne was convicted of his murder and sent to Azkaban. It was in large part due to the testimony of a girl called Apollonia Black. Jealous of Anne, I think.
That sounds terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
Anne's alibi was somewhat labyrinthine. She said Jackdaw promised her adventure following a map he found on some pages he'd stolen from Peeves.
And you think Peeves ripped those pages from the book I found in the restricted section?
If my great-uncle is to be believed, yes. At least that's what the portraits at Hogwarts suspect. Anne insisted that Jackdaw had asked her to follow the map with him, but only after she solved a series of puzzles he'd prepared. Odd way to woo a girl. She swears she never even solved the first puzzle, so they didn't meet. Jackdaw's ghost vanished almost as soon as he appeared. Without Jackdaw's puzzle, pages, or remains, Anne was sent to Azkaban based solely on Apollonia's spurious testimony.
I don't understand. What can I do to help?
I believe Anne may have solved the first puzzle by now, but after spending time in Azkaban, she's a shadow of her former self. She won't speak to anyone she doesn't trust, and she trusts no one. If you, a student with a connection to the pages, like Jackdaw had, spoke to Anne, she might reveal new information.
I'll come to Azkaban with you, if it will save her.
What a horrible story. If you think I can help, I'll come with you.
This is wonderful news. You are to be commended for your kindness and bravery. Fortunately, being a retired aura has its benefits. We can apparate right to her. I've escorted ministers, professors, and many others to that blasted place. Never a student, I'll admit, but I will keep you safe.
Okie dokie. Can you tell me more about the prisoner? Nah, I can't be asked.
Very well. Let's go.
Steady yourself. We'll apparate together. Don't worry, I've never splinched anyone.
Do take care now, and tread lightly in that horrible place.
We'll be there in but a moment.
Hey, Dementors!
Expecto Patronum!
Oh yeah! As a bunny
That ought to
rabbit.
keep them at bay for now. Though, be aware, you may feel a wave of despair. It will pass.
Thank you for the warning.
This really is a dismal place, but we'll be out of here soon enough. Now follow me. The Dementors won't harm us now. Still, be careful.
I never thought I'd see the inside of Azkaban for myself.
Nasty Dementors. Not even I could convince the Ministry to send them off. There's no need for such monsters.
Careful around, Anne. She's been here a lot longer than the rest of us.
If I had my wand, I'd cast Crucio on the lot of you!
You don't scare me, young cur. They teach you so little of what you should know at Hogwarts.
That witch you're with has a dark cloud over her. I can feel it.
What's in here then? Nothing, lovely.
Who's there? Why torment me further?
No one at school's going to believe this.
Now remember, Anne has been here a long time. The Dementors aren't kind. Have patience and speak to her quietly and respectfully.
Are you Anne?
Who's there? Who speaks to me? Is that death finally come for me?
I'm a student from Hogwarts. I found the book that you said would exonerate you.
Ah, the book, the book. No one would look. None of the mages found the pages. Methinks the feckless knave meandered to his cave. My fate was surely sealed in Upper Hoggyfield.
Are you saying that the missing pages are in a cave? Near Upper Hogsfield?
Field, ruins house, a vault concealed.
A vault in some ruins near Upper Hogsfield. I suppose it can't hurt to look.
Can't hurt to look, can't hurt to look. Go find the pages from your book. Helen, know you're here. Come in closer, be a dear.
What is it, Anne?
You're hurt.
Go. The cave. You're safe now. You have what you need. I'll be all right once I get...
Right. Standard.
But Madam Thistlewood, all right. I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave. This looks intriguing.
Oh, there is a cave here, though. So it's here. It is this one. Yarp. Yarp.
A castle. This must be the place Anne told me about. No one's been here for ages.
Search the chest. Absolutely.
Incendio!
You can't even... What would it be, though?
Accio! No, that's not it. No. How did you do this, Jackdaw? It's no wonder Anne never found that clue. Accio! No, that's not it. Ha! You'll not outfox me, Jackdaw.
Hmm?
Accio! No. How did you do this, Jackdaw? You couldn't outwit me, Jackdaw. Now,
Oh,
where's
yeah.
the clue you left behind? Incendio!
My dearest Anne, Well done. You solved my puzzle. I knew you were a kindred spirit, and the only one who with whom I could truly share my adventures. Meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest as soon as you can, and I will show you the map that I mentioned. There is no telling where it will lead us. I found it on pages that Peeves ripped from a secret book, and no one else seems to be able to find. I haven't any idea what lies ahead, but I am glad to know I shall share my future with you. This is only the beginning. Dick. P.S. I am terribly glad I'm terribly glad you found this, as I would have gone on I would have gone on alone if you did not. And what fun would that be?
A note from Jackdaw. Anne never found it. So how did he die? Was she to blame at all? This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw? I heard you disappeared years ago. You have some explaining to do.
I do? That was my puzzle you solved. What are you doing here?
A retired aura, Helen Thistlewood, told me about a map you stole from Peeves. And then Anne told me about a cave.
You saw Anne? Broke my heart. I had to go on without her. Probably best for her in the end. Dare I ask? How is she?
She was imprisoned in Azkaban for your murder. I fear the Dementors have taken an irreversible toll on her.
What? Azkaban? Oh, poor Anne. I had no idea. I thought she'd written me off. I've been traveling the world for years to mend my broken heart. I came back here only recently. On a whim. I must speak to the aura you mentioned and see how I can help Anne.
I'm glad to hear it. Before you go, would I still be able to find the pages with the map Helen mentioned?
I'm almost certain I dropped them in the cave the moment I was beheaded. They're bound to be mouldering away with the rest of me. Tell you what, meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you precisely where to find them.
Looks like you have
Thank you.
a deal, my
I need
friend.
to find those pages to help a friend.
I shall see you there.
Whoa.
This place has seen better days.
Don't need leeches. Not yet. Let's wait.
Here I am, as good as my word.
You're a ghost.
We meet again, Richard Jackdaw.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to see you. It would take the patience of a Hufflepuff to track down these pages.
Well said. Now where do we go from
Follow
here?
me. I shall lead you as far as I can, but I fear I may remain a tad reluctant to revisit the scene of my demise. Keep your eyes open for a bird bath. When you find it, say intramuros. I think it's Latin. As you can imagine, I never paid much attention in school. Shall we?
Aside from the bird bath, anything else I should look for?
Indeed. A few landmarks, a stone bridge, a waterfall, and, if I recall, a lake. You'll see.
You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Surprising how much of this is, rather unfortunately, coming back to me. Yes. You know, the closer we get, the more I'm remembering. Probably best I leave you to it. Simply stick to the path and keep a sharp eye out for that bird bath.
Nothing to do now but keep going.
It's been ages since I've found anything worth poaching their crack crop.
The waterfall. For a thief, Jackdaw's surprisingly as good as his word.
Revelio.
Something oddly solemn about this place. Such regal creatures, stags. There it is, just as Jackdaw described.
Whisper the password.
Intramuros.
Aren't you a little far from home?
Ranrock knew you'd eventually lead us to whatever it is you're hiding. Attack! I shall have...
No!
Levioso.
No risk those loyalists will report back to Ranrock now. Let's see where Jackdaw has led me.